Hello friends, welcome back to Educational Tour with Riya YouTube channel. Today we are going to see the Prime Ministers of India from the day of independence till date according to their length of term. Pandit Jawahar Lal Nehru. He served India for 16 years and 286 days. The first Prime Minister of India and the longest serving Prime Minister of India and the first to die in office. As India's first Prime Minister, Pandit Jawahar Lal Nehru played a major role in shaping modern India's government and political culture along with sound foreign policy. Shri P. Indira Gandhi. She served the nation for 11 years and 59 days. India's first lady Prime Minister. Srimati Indira Gandhi was India's third Prime Minister and the only woman Prime Minister of India till date. She is considered by many to be the strongest Prime Minister India has ever seen. Dr. Manmohan Singh. He was the Prime Minister for 10 years and 4 days. A member of the Indian National Congress, Dr. Singh was the first Sikh Prime Minister of India. He was also the first Prime Minister since Jawaharlal Nehru to be re-elected after completing a full 5-year term. Shri Narendra Modi. He is serving India from 2014 till date. India's fourth Prime Minister who served 2 terms in a row. He is the first Prime Minister to have been born after India's independence in 1947 and the second Prime Minister not belonging to the Indian National Congress to have won 2 consecutive majorities in the Lok Sabha. Shri Atal Bihari Vajpayee. He served the nation for 6 years and 64 days. Shri Atal Bihari Vajpayee was an Indian politician and diplomat who served 3 terms as the Prime Minister of India. First for a term of 13 days in 1996, then for a period of 13 months from 1998 to 1999, followed by a full term from 1999 to 2004. Shri Rajiv Gandhi. He was the Prime Minister of India for 5 years and 32 days. He took office after the 1984 assassination of his mother, then Prime Minister Srimati Indira Gandhi, to become the youngest Indian Prime Minister at the age of 40. Gandhi was from the politically powerful Nehru-Gandhi family, which had been associated with the Indian National Congress Party. Shri P. Narasimha Rao. He served India for 4 years and 330 days. Shri Pamaluparthi Venkata Narasimha Rao, who was commonly known as P. Narasimha Rao, served as the 10th Prime Minister of the Republic of India. Rao was also called the father of Indian economic reforms. He was also commonly referred to as the Chanakya of modern India for his ability to steer tough economic and political legislation through the parliament at a time when he headed a minority government. Shri Morarji Desai. He served India for 2 years and 126 days. He is the oldest person to hold the office of Prime Minister at the age of 81 in the history of Indian politics. He subsequently retired from all political posts but continued to campaign for the Janata Party in 1980. He was conferred with India's highest civilian honor, the Bharat Ratna. Shri Lal Bahadur Shastri. He was the Prime Minister for 1 year and 216 days. Shri Lal Bahadur Shastri, the second Prime Minister of India, was a great statesman known for his honesty and humility. Shastri led India during the India-Pakistan War of 1965 and gave the slogan Jai Jawan, Jai Kisan. Shastri was the first Prime Minister to have a secretary, a senior ICS officer, to advise him. He thus laid the foundation of what later became the Prime Minister's office, PMO. Shri Vishwanath Pratap Singh. He served our country for 343 days. Singh was known as Mr. Clean because of his impeccable history and also because of his opposition for the corruption in Bofors deal, which led the way for him to contest his own party to fight the 1989 Lok Sabha election and become Prime Minister of India. Shri Inder Kumar Gujral. He served the nation for 332 days. He was one of our short duration prime ministers, but definitely one of the nicest. His attitude to the prime ministership, his concept of leadership, and the way he handled the criticism speaks of a world that's been overtaken and very possibly forgotten. Shri H.D. Deve Gowda. He served the nation for 324 days. Deve Gowda was sworn in as the country's 12th Prime Minister in a dramatic political development that unfolded following the fall of the 13-day Atal Bihari Vajpayee government on May 27, 1996. Shri Chandra Shekhar. He served India for 223 days. He was the 9th Prime Minister of India. He is a member of the Samajwadi Janata Party. Shekhar was known for abiding by the parliamentary conventions and was honored with the inaugural Outstanding Parliamentarian Award in 1995. Shri Charan Singh. He served our nation for 170 days. Chaudhry Charan Singh served as the 5th Prime Minister of India. Historians and people refer to him as the champion of India's peasants, the only Prime Minister who did not address the Parliament. Shri Gulzarilal Nanda. He served India for 13 days. India's first acting Prime Minister, Gulzarilal Nanda, was an Indian politician and economist who specialized in labour issues. He was the interim Prime Minister of India for two 13-day stints following the deaths of Jawahar Lal Nehru in 1964 and Lal Bahadur Shastri in 1966, respectively. Okay friends, that's all for today.